Hey, it's Shay and welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you are new here, this channel is all about motherhood, lifestyle, and beauty. If that is something you think you'd be interested in, hit that subscribe button below and join the family. Now, if you have been here on my channel for some time, or if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I just got married. And today I just wanted to recreate my makeup look for that day. Some of you may not know this, but I did my own makeup for my wedding because it just wasn't in the budget anymore. So I'll also have a video on how to plan a low budget wedding, a beautiful low budget wedding. That will be after this video. So stay tuned for that video because I'll have a lot of great tips in there. Now, today's video, like I said, is going to be on how I did my makeup for my wedding. I'm going to recreate this look, and this is pretty much exactly what I did and exactly how I looked on my wedding day, minus a couple of things that I didn't have today with me. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, this makeup look is for anyone really. If you're doing your own makeup for your wedding or for a special occasion and you're not sure exactly how to do it, everything that I'm doing in this video is pretty much beginner friendly. I'm not a makeup artist myself, so I don't know all the technicalities, but I do know how to simply do my makeup. So if you guys want to watch me recreate my makeup look for my wedding, stay tuned. So my face is already washed and moisturized, so I'm just going to start off with my foundation. All of the products I'm using will be in the description box below as well. I will be starting off with this foundation. This is the Fenty Beauty Foundation Pro Filter Soft Matte Long Wear. It's pretty much full coverage. I like to apply my foundation with a brush, and then I'll finish off with the sponge. I went to Sephora like 2 days before my wedding and got this foundation. Yeah, I did not have good foundation. I had NYX, wasn't really that great. But this foundation, let me tell you, she matched me, and you couldn't even tell that I had on foundation. Once it oxidizes, it's really beautiful. Just make sure I get my neck so I won't be looking crazy in my wedding pictures. Make sure you don't miss any spots. I had this really cute headband that said Bridal on it on the day of my wedding. I'll put some pictures here so you guys can see it. Just can't seem to find it right now. It was just a nice little touch, made me feel like a princess. Another tip that I can give you guys if you are doing your own makeup for any event, any special event, you would want to do it in natural lighting. So I put the mirror typically in front of the window so you can get the best lighting and know exactly what your makeup is going to look like. Next, of course, I am going to do my eyebrows. Now, I haven't gotten my eyebrows like professionally done in a very long time. I usually just use shape up my eyebrows myself because, as you can see, my eyebrows are very sparse. Typically, I'll go over my eyebrows, and then when I'm almost done with my makeup, I'll make my eyebrows a little bit darker. Okay, so I kind of did my eyebrows off camera, but I wanted to show you guys what I like to do when I carve out my brows. I do underneath, I use this LA Pro concealer in the color Fawn. And then on the top, because I don't want it to be too bright and noticeable, I use my foundation, just a little dab of my foundation. Again, I'm just going to take a little bit of this, just a little bit. So before I do the rest of my face, I like to do my eyeshadow first, just in case I get any fallout. I'm actually going to be using this Warrior palette by Juvia's Place. Beautiful colors, beautiful, beautiful neutral tones. So I'm using this. So let's get started. I'm going to try to do exactly what I did on the day of my wedding. Typically, I just use these brushes so they have makeup on them. Don't judge me, whatever. Typically, I'll use a big fluffy brush like this to get started. Don't skip this step because I almost skipped it. I like to get a really light, this is a concealer, it's a lot lighter than what I would normally use for eyeliner. And I'm just gonna put that all over my lid. Or you can use an eyeshadow base, but this is what I use as an eyeshadow base, and it works perfectly fine for me. And then I don't really blend it too much. I lightly just blend it in to my lid. Sometimes I use my finger, but I don't want to get makeup on my finger right now because I have on white underneath this robe. So literally so lightly, you don't want to blend it too much, but you still want it to be sticky and tacky so that your eyeshadow will stick. I'm going to take this big fluffy brush that I was telling you guys about. I'm going to take my Velour Mascara powder, and this is in Translucent Honey, one of their newest colors. So I'm going to just use this to just set that eyeshadow a little bit. Not too much, just enough so that the eyeshadows blend well. Just press that in, tap that in like that. Now we can get started with the eyeshadow. Don't forget to prep your eyelids before you put the eyeshadow on, or it will not look good. So I'm gonna start with this color right here called Kino. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I'm just gonna put that in my lid. So next, instead of going in with like a dark brown, I kind of wanted a purple tone to my eyeshadow. So this is by the company The Balm Cosmetics, and it's just an eyeshadow, like a very beautiful plum eyeshadow. And this is what I'm going to use in my outer crease. So I'm just going to use this brush here. It's like I don't know if you can see it. It's like a dense pointed brush just to pack on the color onto my lid. I'm not really good with the names of brushes, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I got these brushes from Walmart, believe it or not. And I'm just gonna pack this onto my outer crease, not really blending much, but just packing it on. And you can skip this part and just use a blending brush if you want, but I like to do it this way sometimes. And then I'm gonna go in with this blending brush. This is more dense than the other brush that I was using, so it's not as fluffy. Because the fluffy brush would really just sometimes blend a little bit too much and you'll lose that color. So I noticed that, and so now I'm just gonna use this and go in circular motions. And I'm not really going to bring it all the way in, just to the midpoint right here. What I normally like to do is take a really fluffy brush again. So I have two of these. One is kind of angled, and then one is fluffier than the other. But whatever fluffy brush you have. So I'm taking this fluffy blending brush just to blend that in. Just go back and forth. I don't have any product on it, I'm just blending it together a little bit better. After that, I went back in with this concealer, and this is Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And the color, like I said, that is too light for me. I actually got the wrong color, but I still use it. So I actually had to charge my camera battery really quick, so I switched to my phone. But we're gonna continue. So the angle probably kind of changed a little bit, but anyway, let's continue. I did this eye already, but I didn't get to catch that on camera. So what I did, I take that same concealer that's like really light that I used as my eyeshadow base. And I'm just going to put that on my lid so that my eyeshadow can pop. So I'm not doing a cut crease, as you can see. It's just putting the concealer down. So I just dab it like this, and I have hooded lids. So when I look up and look down, it'll go onto the crease, just like so. So I kind of need a little bit more. So there we go. And now I'm just gonna drag it. And I'm just going to the middle of my lid, not to the outer. So now I can get ready to put my lid color on. Just kind of want to make sure it's blended and not like a harsh line. Now I am going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Highlight Palette, and I'm gonna be using this color right here. This is called Tourmaline. So now I'm just going to spray my brush so that the shade can come out nice, and it'll make it really pop even more. And just press this into my lid. See that? Beautiful. And like I said, I have hooded lids, so I kind of bring it up a little bit because you won't be able to see it if I didn't do that. If you have hooded lids, this video is for you, okay? And you can spray it with water. It doesn't have to be setting spray, but that's just what I'm using. I usually get a lot of fallout if I just rub it across my lid. Just tap, tap, tap. You'll still get fallout, but not as much. Just take that same fluffy brush again and just kind of blend that in. Nothing too crazy. Okay, now what I like to do is I want to go in again with this dark color here and just darken it up a little tiny bit more. But this time I'm going straight in with the blending brush. And I just take a little bit and I just, because I want it all to mix together with the lid color. This brush here is kind of angled, and it's a really nice blending brush. And I'm going to take the same color that I used as my transition shade in my crease, right here. And I'm going to place that in between the darker shadow and my lid color, so right here. And I just kind of go back and forth with it. And as you can see, it makes it really blend together. And it's a beautiful transitional shade. And I'm just going back and forth, up and down the lid. This color here, called a Hosi, I think. This color here, and I'm just gonna use this as an highlighter under my brow bone. And then one last blend all together so the highlighter is not just like sitting on there. Now I can continue with the rest of my face. So now I'm going to apply my concealer, this LA Pro Girl concealer again in the color Fawn. And I like to start with right by my nose so that it can help with my contour. So I wear glasses. If you know me, you know that. I think I've worn glasses in some of my videos. I get these dark marks on the side of my nose, so I try to conceal it as much as I can. I probably should use a color corrector, but nobody got time for that. And now to brighten it up, I'm just gonna add this color here under my eye. Now onto one of my favorite parts, and that is adding my Laura Mercier. I never use Laura Mercier until the day of my wedding. You guys, this is my favorite powder forever now. And I'm just going to take this. I'm not gonna bake. I'll show you guys what I do because I have dry skin already, and I don't want to bake and then under my eyes are like cracking and dry. So I just take a little bit of product onto my sponge. If I had another sponge, I'd use a clean one, but I don't. So if you have a clean one, that'll be better. But I just press it in. This is how I bake. I just press it in, and it adds a nice highlight. And this is in the color again, Translucent Honey. Really perfect, really nice for my skin tone. Just enough so that I'm not creasing. I had no creasing, guys. No creasing on the day of my wedding. So get your hands on this powder if you can, because it is worth the money. Don't really remember exactly how much it is, but probably 30-something dollars. And I'm just gonna put this everywhere that I put that highlight. So now I'm just gonna complete my eye look. So I'm just gonna use this brush here. So I'm gonna take the same color I use in my outer crease. And I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit with the same color that I use in my crease. I use magnetic lashes. Now, before you judge me, okay, I do not like putting on falsies. I ended up using glue a little bit anyway, but if you are like me and you just can't do it with the glue thing and it's sometimes a little too hard for you, but you really want to wear false lashes, I would suggest getting magnetic false lashes. I got these on Amazon. You just put on the liner and then you just place the falsie on top of the liner, and it's a magnetic, I don't know, technology. It's supposed to just stick to your lid that way. You can also use glue on these lashes. I used glue to keep the inner corner and the outer corner, make sure it didn't go anywhere. Okay, so this is the liner that it comes with, and you just gotta shake it up a little bit. And I just apply a thin layer. I think I'm gonna do 2 layers to make it a little darker. And I just hold my eye like so. And you kind of want to put the mirror where you're looking down. So I have a mirror here, you can't see, but I'm looking down in the mirror, and you're just gonna place it in the middle. Also, you want to make sure you let the eyeliner dry for about 30 seconds. Boom, it just sticks like that. Now I'm just gonna blend them with this mascara. I would suggest that you put glue on the inner corner and the outer corner, just so that you have that extra security, so that it's not coming off and you're looking crazy. Because these kind of tend to do that. That's the only thing I don't like about them, but now finally onto the contour. I actually just bought this palette, but it's the same palette that I used on the day of my wedding. I just used my friend's. My best friend, her name is Mava, and she actually recommended this palette to me. So this is from the Sephora collection, brand new out of the package. This is going to be my first time using it. So this is the package that it comes in: contour blush, Sephora collection, $20, and it is really, really good. It has beautiful blush colors for brown skin tones and really, really great. I'm going to be using this color as my contour / bronzer. I don't really like to use cream bronzer, so I'm going to take this blush brush, but I'm just going to dab right here and go in circular motions. I'm not used to contouring, to be honest, so I was nervous about that, but this does all the work for you. So I actually didn't do my nose. My best friend Maybelline did it for me, but I'm gonna try to do this. So I'm gonna use this brush, this angled brush, and I'm just gonna bring it down the sides of my nose and into my crease. So down the sides, but into my crease, so that it blends well. And just make sure it blends into the crease very good. Now cut into my hair exactly how I had it for the wedding, because I'm not a hairstylist and someone did it for me. So shout outs to hairstylist Nikki Wood. I'm gonna take this brush again, go into that same palette and just kind of go with my forehead. And now, same brush, I'm gonna take this color here and use this as my blush. You see how it lifts? I don't have eyelash glue, but that's what I did on the day of my wedding. I put eyelash glue right there, and that bad boy didn't go anywhere. Remember when I told you guys that I like to darken my eyebrows after pretty much my whole face is kind of done? I'm not done with my face yet. I have to highlight, but I'm gonna go back in with my brow pomade from e.l.f. and make my eyebrows darker. Not really the front of the brow, more so towards the end. See the difference? And you also want to keep this right next to you so that you can blend it together if it's too dark. Now it's time to highlight, so I'm going to grab this brush right here, this fan brush, and I actually use a different highlighter, but I'm just going to use the highlight that I put on my lid. Wow, I really OD'd on this side. You don't fix it, you don't fix it. I feel like I need to blend my nose contour a little bit. So I'm just gonna take this fluffy brush with no product on it and just go to town. I'm even gonna just dip it in my Laura Mercier powder and just go down the middle. Now I'm just gonna take this brush again and just blend that highlighter in. Just a little bit. So it could blend in with the blush. I really OD'd on the side. I did a nude lip for my lip look. I don't have exactly what I use, but I'm gonna try to get close. I don't have a brown lip liner. I need to get one, but that's what I would normally do next. Add some brown lip liner and then go in. I'm gonna use this new lip cream by Milani. So good news, I found my eyelash glue, so I was able to glue that little corner down. Now I'm just gonna, I can't find my Fenty lip gloss, so I'm just gonna use this random lip gloss that I have, that I actually did use on my wedding day because I couldn't find my Fenty lip gloss. Then I found it and now I can't find it again. But this works. And now I am finally done and I could just set my face. And that's so good. Sometimes I even take my beauty blender, it's kind of dirty, and just kind of press in, just lightly press in that setting spray. We're done.